Even when it's over, it seems as though I can never let it go. Welcome back to more Sonic 06, you can just call me Stent. So, yeah. Still recovering from last stream going until 4 in the morning. But not to worry, I've shotgunned some coffee before stream, so we should be okay at least until the stream is over. How am I feeling? Tired, and thankful this is probably going to be a bit of a short... We're going to go as far as we can. I think this game is only going to be 6 streams worth. I think next stream it's just going to be whatever's left to do of Shadow's campaign and then the last story, and then that'll be that. I'm not doing a... I think I am starting to make a habit of just figuring, oh, you know, what's the harm in doing a little bit of a longer stream and vastly underestimating how long the stream is. Ah, well, let's get on with it. It's time for Shadow in arguably one of the coolest scenes he's been in. How many video essays as of late has this particular clip been in, I wonder? It's almost like this particular clip comes up all the time. We have discussions regarding Shadow and the games from the late 2000s.
From HQ, there's an SOS coming from Dr. Eggman's base. Our last communication with our agent was 26 hours ago. We expect an immediate rescue. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Understood. Initiating the mission now.
It's so weird hearing his voice so high-pitched. Also weird that, yeah. I'm pretty sure we get basically no explanation after the end of Shadow the Hedgehog as to how Shadow ends up working for military. I mean, Gun. Definitely Gun.
What is he up to this time?
Oh yeah, now we get to go for this whole section again, except without the snowboard. Let me just hope that Elgato doesn't screw me over as I... Yeah, he's working for the Gun now, and there's no explanation as to why. He just is. Shut up. I mean, it would be interesting if there was some explanation behind it, but now it's just a particular plot detail that sort of just comes and goes as it pleases. Like, it shows up vaguely in Shadgen and enforces with no further expansion upon it. It's just Shadow and Rouge working together, because remember Sonic Heroes? Remember when the series was still considered good? I'm starting to forget. I think, at this point I can't even remember how many times I've said this, just one thing which I kind of wish that, let me start again. The main thing which I really just want to see out of this series at this point, you know, it's not even so much going back to the adventure style or having character writing on par with Adventure 2 or X. At this point, I just want to see something new from the series. Outside of just all the characters going through the motions with all these familiar areas we've already been to. You know, with the green hills, the chemical plants, the city escapes, the radical highways. It really just feels as though this series has just cashed in all its nostalgia checks. Especially just ever since Generations. And at this point, I just want to see something new from this series. Maybe the first time him working with Gwen will actually be relevant. Yeah. Yeah, Shadgen is the first time him working with Gun is relevant. And it's debatable whether or not he even works for Gun, considering Dark Beginnings, he and Rouge end up just raiding a gun base in order to steal another ancient Egyptian space shuttle. And then Roger Craig Smith as everybody's favorite Oliver Garden just comes in and is like, you know, I would have probably just helped him regardless after he saved the planet. And it's just like, okay, sure. Whatever you say, Commander Oliver Garden. I can't call you anything else after the movies now. So deal with it. Oh yeah, you can just completely bypass this, I'm pretty sure. Unless you have to break all the spot. Nope. You can just bypass that whole bit as Rouge. Ah, he's working for the NUSA now. He's taken Knuckles' place working with... I really gotta stop with the side program. It's over, man. It's finally over. I'm free. I don't have to reference it anymore. Why does Rouge 1 second animation play? What do you... I don't know. Nothing in this game makes sense. Oh yeah, and remember Shadow the Hedgehog where they had vehicles? Well, they're back now. You just press the triggers to fire missiles. Remember, this guy can launch lasers out of his hands. And yet, game decides, ah yes, let's give him the Jeep. Because Halo was popular still. I mean, granted, at the very least, this is, I almost want to say, better than the vehicles in Shadow the Hedgehog. That's not exactly a high bar, considering there's no reason you'd ever use a Jeep at all in Shadow the Hedgehog, aside from maybe Central City to go over all the acid pools. But even then, you got the hoverboard for that. Wow, just missiles curving in midair. It really is just like Halo with the fuel rod guns. Not that anybody in my audience actually understands that reference. Oh, so yeah, just for some reason, they decided to give this thing a boost, and you do that just by mashing the A button. And it just makes it even more uncontrollable. I mean, I'd say this is more useful than the Shadow the Hedgehog Jeeps, mostly because this thing actually has weapons, and you don't have guns in this, which... well, shoot. How do you feel about Oregon going out the way he did in the third movie? I will admit, I was definitely disappointed with that. I would have thought, you know, we'd have at least gotten a scene between Shadow and Oliver Garden, but nope, he just gets killed, not even by Shadow, just by random Gerald Egg Roberts. I really gotta get out of the habit of just pronouncing robots like that. Just for some reason, the only thing that comes to mind when I say robots is the old Hanna-Barbera Mega Man cartoon, with how Dr. Light pronounces robots. And for some reason, that's just stuck in my head all this time. I don't even know why. I've never exactly been the biggest in terms of Mega Man fans. Only real Mega Man I experienced growing up was Battle Network. It's Funi. Well, of course you'd say it's Funi. Apparently everything I say is Funi to you. So, not sure whether to consider that good or bad. I'm gonna guess it's good. I'm gonna guess. Also, I'm pretty certain you can just snipe this tower from over here. I just gotta angle it right. There we go. Don't even have to drive up there. Okay, where? Oh. Well, that's that level over and done with. Boom, boom. I'll take that as a con- Also, Rouge, what are you doing? She's using Gun's experimental quantum tech to appear in two places at once. It's very experimental. You can tell I'm tired. Yeah, I basically decided not to take any naps at all today, outside of getting up at like 10 AM. In the vain hopes that I might be able to reset my sleep schedule somehow.
Know what this is?
Oh yes, it looks very evil.
Was to rescue you, nothing more.
Fine. With you, it's always business.
Least favorite? Really? Honestly,
It seems
this particular Rouge voice has sort of grown on me after all this time. I mean, obviously, it's not all that good in this game because none of the voice work in this game is good, outside of maybe a particular character we'll be coming across soon, but... I do at the very least like a lot of her dialogue in Sonic X. She has a lot of funny backs and forths with Dan Green as Knuckles. Nothing will beat SA2 Rouge voice. I mean, I do kind of find it funny because I'm pretty sure Rouge's VA in Adventure 2 was also the voice director for the Adventure games. And I don't know. I thought it was pretty good in Sonic Battle, but as much as I have fond memories of the Adventure games, I'm starting to realize maybe the voice direction in those games, as iconic as it was, just was objectively not that great. You know, it's kind of weird. I can't exactly think of any Sonic games off the top of my head that actually have good voice direction. Also, yeah, unlike Sonic's version of the X Cerberus, there's no statues for you to bonk his head into in order to deplete half his health bar. You just gotta hit him into these walls the old-fashioned way. These old Shadow Moses bunker walls, because apparently... Yeah, this really is just Shadow Moses, isn't it? It's like you got all this metal architecture, you got the snow... All that's missing is Rouge with a deagle saying she's more comfortable than she is with a bra. The Adventure games had hope. Apparently the directors in charge of the Adventure games apparently didn't really speak English, so they were more just sort of going off of the how it sounded more so than how it actually was in English, if that makes any sense.
Do what I tell you.
I mean, saying that, despite them actually having supposedly good voice direction nowadays with stuff like Frontiers, still not all that good, I must say. Like, you got the whole thing with Roger doing 30-year-old Sonic voice, which he just sort of gave up near the end, and Amy just sounding completely just dead inside. I got you there. Oh, somehow that worked. Come on, just gotta bump you into the wall. Get over here, big... Come round along, little doggy. There we go. That's X Cerberus. Means the person in charge of oversight in the game did speak English. Sure, you've heard what the US team had to deal with in regards to the Japanese... Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I've heard it plenty of times at this point, and... it's another reason why I just generally prefer the Japanese VAs. More consistent and, on the whole, better performances. Especially from the legend Kanemaru. Who, if I had to, specify in terms of... Should I say not specifying in terms of favorite voice actors, Kanemaru would be my favorite. Then Martin Burke for nostalgic reasons. Also, I think, yeah, my controller's, like, very nearly out of charge. Valve, this game had a behind-the-scenes documentary. Oh, imagine that. That would be wild.
Soliana.
Just to know just what went wrong.
It has a constitutional monarchy, you know. The primary industries are tourism and crafting precision machinery. The current sovereign is...
One thing I'd never really got about this track is, for some reason, it features Kyrie's leitmotif from Kingdom Hearts. And it's just like, what are you trying to say, game? Is Elise Kyrie? Is it just a coincidence? Probably, I just can't unhear it.
Anyway,
Shadow's already checked out. I mean, I can't exactly blame him.
could you escort me to
After everything he went through with,
Where's the rendezvous?
the Cyberpunk streams, I would have checked out as well.
It's the ancient castle of Soliana in Kingdom Valley.
Oh boy, it's time to go to the level that was in Shadgen, which probably should have been in Songen. being interviewed would be a silhouette with her voices modulated. Yeah. Or it'd be like police videos from or security footage in Japan where all the voices are just made super high pitched. To sort of hide, to sort of help with anonymity. Ah yes, the Forest Cave. Character model has switched noticeably higher quality cutscene. Well yeah, because the game has to look good. Rouge has to look good in these games, unlike in Shadgen or Dream Team, where I could only imagine that Sonic Team is hosting a whole bunch of regrets, because it's like, we have to have female characters specifically to parallel Sonic, Tails, and Nucleus, and, well, we got Rouge, which people like, but again, the Zero doesn't like it because, look at her. So, what can we do? Aside from, I don't know, just replace her with Tangle or something. Okay, and now we get a whole bunch of new items to work with. Shadow gets 2 right off the bat. We got the air chip, which is basically just the lightspeed dash again. Or should it be the air dash, considering it's the air chip to go to parallel Sonic's light chip, just like the air shoes to parallel Sonic's light chip. Anyways. And Memory Shard Blue. This is why Shadow in this game is a lot worse than I remember, because so far he's been fine. His speed has been a lot more manageable than Sonic in this game, which sort of feels inexcusable considering Sonic games are supposed to be about speed, yet Shadow being slower is still a lot more manageable to control. Anyways, there's another particular reason why Shadow is less good in this game than I remember, and we just need to find some place to test out our new abilities. I need to be a glimpse of Alan Smithy for the credits. Yeah, I know that Alan Smithy is basically the official name people use when they wish to remain anonymous. It would be funny though, just to have the entire credits just be Alan Smithy. But then again, I don't think the Japanese necessarily have their own equivalent of Alan Smithy, so Now I just gotta find where I need to go, because I don't exactly remember. Right, it was up to those caves, now I remember. I think there's some extra minigames you can do in here, like driving around a truck right after a... You know what, I think this is it. I think this is the truck minigame. Ah yes, Dante! we found Dante! Unfortunately, he doesn't have cool jacket. Or the white hair. We found this game's El Exterminador de Demonios. We found him. Boot, please. Play game, please. He's good and embarrassing. One day I'll have my own jokes. Anyways, with this camera, now we are destined to drive around a field, driving through rings. Wondering where my life went so wrong. With this far too relaxed music for this sort of situation, as I'm blasting apart boxes with missiles. This is far too relaxed for the destruction I'm unfolding. Anyways, I think that's it. Yay, we drove around in a circle, and it only took us 30 seconds. What's my prize? So, wow, that's strict. Well, at the very least I get more money, which is the main thing. As a credit to David Lynch's tune is a credit to Alan Smithy for directing. I've heard a lot of mixed things about the 80s version of Dune. Mostly just the iconic riding up the sandworm bit with the guitars. Anyways, now it's time to go up here and test out our new ability. Because so far, Shadow seems fine. Arguably better to play as than Sonic in terms of his kit. He has the Chaos Spear, meaning, unlike Sonic, he isn't prone to just bouncing down to his death with a mistimed X button press. He's more just likely to hang in the air, meaning you actually have room for error. Main issue with Shadow is this. Oh hey, it's it looks as though Harry Potter and Ron Weasley fused. I hope the apparition you get good medical treatment for that. Anyways, Chaos Boost gives you a more powerful homing attack, but at a cost. That being, it's incredibly disorientating. It's alright just beating up these rocks because they have no homing reticle. For some reason, there's just a portal here to just drive you up here. At the very least, this means that Shadow doesn't have to go through the trials. One small mercy. I looked at Doom and said, "This is barely weird enough for me, David Lynch," and some... I see. Shadow, why are you driving through rings at 2 AM? Stern, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, why are you still playing Cyberpunk? Because I've lost control of my life. Oh yeah, now we have a hang glider section. I guess to replace all the Black Hawk sections from Shadow the Hedgehog, in which you just fly into a wall. It's so weird coming back to this after playing Project 06, where it feels a lot more fleshed out and more natural to control as opposed to just boosting through mashing the triggers. One of the few games where Shadow can actually use his special chaos powers without being Oh no, Shadow does have a super meter. It's in the corner, you can't see it because I'm in the way. It's in the bottom right corner. Anyways, now it's time for one of the worst parts of the game. I mean, saying that, there's a lot of worst candidates for the worst part of the game, but this is a particular one, mostly just because of one thing. Much like Knuckles, Rouge gets stuck on walls constantly. Also, in Project 06, I remember the keys here are put in random spots in order to mimic the treasure hunting sections from Adventure 2. Whereas here, they're all in the exact same places. In a more sort of cheap alternative to... Remember the treasure hunting sections from Adventure 2? I mean, yeah, but nobody seemed to like them. Well, here they are again. Have fun, idiots. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this weird floaty animation Rouge comes out of. When she comes out of it. Oh yeah, here's why this is one of the worst sections of the game. Just Rouge getting stuck to walls constantly. Yes, something is blocking the power meter. I was thinking Shadow the Hedgehog where he only uses his powers when the light-dark meters... Yeah, I get what you mean. With Shadow, it is still the case in this game where he still uses most of them with the super meter, but he can still use Chaos Spheres more normally. Same with Shadgen. It feels as though Shadow's sort of gameplay in terms of the Chaos powers are basically just linked at this point to having power meters. Like, you got the light and dark meters from Shadow the Hedgehog, you got the rings from SA2 multiplayer, you got Chaos Control in Shadgen, you got the Team Blast you get from Heroes, you got, obviously the... Whoa! Don't mind me, fellas, just, trying to make my way over here. I think there's a key over here, which means I probably missed one. They're trying to be charming, just like in Heroes when you find a 1-up. That's 2. Now I just gotta go back and find the last one. Whoa! Oh, that was amazing. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to replicate that, but that was incredible. Just speed bugging up. I wish I could do that more often, actually. That would help a bunch. Anyways, I think the last key is in this, is in here. I can't believe someone intentionally tried to mimic the treasure hunting from Adventure 2. I mean, I don't think it was too bad, especially considering, in terms of gameplay styles, this series has featured a lot worse, but It's one of those things where I don't mind it in Adventure 2, but I wouldn't want it to come back in a future game. I would generally just prefer more sort of classic sensibilities of just beat the level with the character's own skills. Oh yeah, now here's everybody's favorite section from this level, the hovercraft section with the upside-down Starship Enterprise. I had this pointed out to me years ago and I cannot unsee it. Also, yeah, you could just hold the A button to just hang in the air like this. No idea why. I guess it's useful for later levels, but for now we have to be careful, because one false move and we could get absolutely flattened by these buildings. I've seen this happen on so many playthroughs to so many people, where they're just driving along and they just get blindsided by a building falling on top of them. It's definitely hilarious, but definitely not the most fun in terms of gameplay. Also, why are there just boxes bobbing up and down in the water mechanically? You do see that, right? Yeah, those buildings just land right on top of you and just kill you instantly. It's kind of screwed in that sense. There's very hundreds final levels, barely related to the plot. And Knuckles is originally the only character that have haunted Knuckles is the only one which goes to Pumpkin Hill, outside of Shadow while he's chasing the tornado towards Robotnik's pyramid base. Because apparently Pumpkin Hill is between San Francisco and Egypt, according to Adventure 2. Oh yeah, did you know in Project 06 in this tunnel you can find a cameo of Chaos Darwin behind one of these bars? I'm pretty sure most people have been told that so many times at this point. It's like I can't help myself. I can't help it. It's like I'm malfunctioning. Up, and there it is. Freedom Eagle Man. Another ones I can make a better game of this for the climbing is. Yeah, it is pretty wild. And that's the best case scenario if you just sort of speed bump your way up the top of the spire like that, as opposed to just getting latched to the wall like you're stuck on flypaper. Anyways, we're done with the worst part of Kingdom Valley. Now it's time for more scripted segments, as we go through Kingdom Valley backwards. We really are just going through Sonic's Kingdom Valley backwards. With the same music for when Sonic walked on water trying to imitate Knuckles, the true messiah of the Sonic series. I will admit at the very least with Shadow's button mash combo here, it does make dealing with larger enemies a lot easier than Sonic, at least before he gets the bounce bracelet. For now though, we just gotta whoa! Just gotta abuse the light dash. You know, for some reason I never noticed this, we are just going through Sonic Kingdom Valley backwards now. Except, of course, Shadow isn't at risk of falling in due to mistimed bounce attack. Instead, he's just relying on homing attacks, because that's the only way Sonic Team can design levels nowadays, it's just homing attack chains. No fun use of physics allowed here, ladies and gentlemen. You just gotta mash A and then win. Nice game. Alright, I got it. Screw you. Alright, now to try out Chaos Snap. Yeah, the main issue with it here is it's super disorientating, in which you immediately snap to the next enemy in a chain of enemies. And the camera doesn't follow or adjust to compensate, so you're just left completely disorientated as to where you are constantly. I'm sort of worried whenever I use this in 06, just kind of worried that whenever I use it, I'm just gonna end up in a completely different game when I use it. Which is something that I can't help but notice after coming back to this after Project 06, where the camera actually follows where you go, so you actually have time for your brain to adjust and have sort of continuity with itself as to where you're going and where you were. As to here, it's like, where am I? Who am I? What's happening to me? Yeah, generally speaking, I kind of hate to say it, but I'd honestly kind of avoid using Chaos Snap if you can afford it. As it is a little bit more, I suppose, it doesn't feel good to use, is what I'm trying to get at. It doesn't feel good to use, and you can't cancel out of it until the gauge runs out. Also, that can happen. Although Scott trying to be different after SE2, I recall a glice about it. Yeah, though I'm wondering if that was more so around when Adventure 2 released, or more so in modern times when it's cool to hate Adventure 2. I mean, I do definitely get it. It's another one of those things where I found it fun in Adventure 2, but wouldn't want it to come back. Outside of just wanting something new for this series, I think I've already mentioned it several times in the past, I would just want them to create just a more faithful 3D adaptation of a more adventure-style Sonic game with more one-to-one classic sensibilities, like, you know, physics, momentum, characters not feeling all that different to each other, just more the same base but with different abilities bolted onto them, like Sonic's drop dash, Tails' flight, Knuckles' glide. I'm pretty sure you could find a cool gimmick that would work for Shadow in 2D, which you can then translate to 3D. Oh, so that was just the end of the level. Doesn't even have a silly Dragon Ball yeah. 0 out of 10. That's a very good point. Also, 9 minutes. 9 minutes for that.
Guess that was all right.
That was not alright, Shadow. You weren't kidding. Yeah, it is incredibly disorientating. Plus, it can also get you killed, just as we just saw there. Anyways, it's time for another funny scene. How many times do you reckon this scene has been redubbed over the years? I reckon countless times.
The former king of Soliana used to reside in this
I'm pretty sure this is also the one from the 2005 demo for 06 where Sonic got gunned down.
I heard a prototype energy
Also, this is kind of confusing, because I was led to assume that Aquatic Base where the accident happened was under Soliana Castletown, as seen in Sonic Story, but apparently it was actually took place in this castle. I don't get it.
Doctor.
It's been a while, my dear.
Content? Yeah, this whole game feels like content padding. Just as like, ah yes, we need to make the stories all equally long for each other, even if it doesn't make all that much sense. So we'll just have Tail go for Wave Ocean again, or just have you play as Blaze in Wave Ocean even though it doesn't contribute to the plot at all. Have Silver go for Tropical Jungle even though it accomplishes nothing. It doesn't push the plot forward at all. Rouge catching powers. Oh no, it's very slowly falling. You did see that, right? It just stuck. It just landed without any issues before the effects came in. It was fine for like a second before it broke.
Shadow.
Please do not show Rouge at an angle like that.
It's no use. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back.
Okay, later, Robotnik. As we just see the black goop. Well, that didn't seem sinister at all. Especially with my shadow just stretching out like that, just like it's something out of Kingdom Hearts. Oh no, he doesn't have a shadow anymore. Not sure how that works, but screw it, it looks cool, I guess.
What? His shadow.
He is literally a shadow of a shadow.
Oh, how ironic, fate.
Oh my god, it's Dan Green
I
again.
would never have believed I would be resurrected through your shade.
It's
I thank you, Shadow the
Yoroshiku Nagaishimasu, as they say in Nippon.
Who are you?
You know I had to get one of those in there somewhere, didn't you?
I'm Mephiles.
And I'm going to walk at you all creepy now like a zombie for some reason. Can you tell that I'm evil? I'm certainly trustworthy, aren't I, Silver?
What?
How does somebody in the future fall for a guy like this? I mean, I guess there's desperation, but at the same time, you could just tell someone like this is up to no good, or at least has ulterior motives.
Oh yes.
With creepy snake eyes like that.
What you gave to me, I now return to you. A one-way ticket to oblivion.
Watch as I despawn you. Doop, doop, doop. He just despawned them all like it's in Gmod. Doop, 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 doop. Ah, so this is what he meant by Oblivion. California. Had to get one of those in there somehow.
It seems we've been teleported to another location.
Yeah, you can definitely say that, Shadow.
Well, let's find out where we are.
Move gun.
Mephiles. Who is he?
Yeah, I have no idea why it goes to this sort of black and white filter here. Just sort of reminds me of that noir stuff Shadow was peddling in Cyberpunk. The woman in the pink dress.
I'm in.
She passes by a bum.
Our location.
Doesn't want to get her hands dirty. Her conscience is filthy enough. Put them on him.
No,
About
that's
he
not
when his useless robots don't catch the slowly falling
Standing in the
artifacts.
doctor's base. But how can that be? Wait, there's no doubt now.
So it's not where we are.
It's when we are. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised these computers work 2,200 years in the future.
Doesn't it?
In this fiery apocalypse. I would have thought all the power sources for computers like this would have burnt out at some point.
Depending on
Or,
when
you know,
this
their
database
fuel
was
source would have been depleted. How does this still function 200 years in the future?
At least we know we've arrived in the future.
Shadow was on the weird route right there.
This
Oh,
Mephiles
shush.
character has the power to control
Shush you, there's no weird routes in this game. Unless you count all of it here.
Lost control. But
California, they kind of confirm it's just... Yeah, definitely seems like Los Angeles. Especially now. Thanks a bunch, Gavin. Oh yeah, time for a cutscene we already saw. In which Knuckles gets a concussion. Ah, is this why Knuckles is so dumb in the late 2000s? He got brain damage here.
Boy, do I feel dizzy.
LA looking a lot better in the future.
Where are we?
Unfortunately, we have yeah, still not sure if solar power is going to work here, considering all the fire and smog. And smoke.
Rouge! Shadow!
Hi, long time no see.
Yeah, they said it again. It's been... Hey, remember? Remember when they used to say long time no see and it actually meant something? His head spinny.
this is the distant future.
Welcome to Palisade, Sonic.
The future? Then that means Eggman's machine can control time.
Eggman's got some nerve dropping us here.
Now, how can we get back to our own time?
With some convoluted nonsense we'll be making up on the fly.
Requires a lot of energy.
These writers don't understand time travel at all, we're just making it up as we go along.
I see. You mean using your chaos control will... Yes, but that alone is insufficient.
I'll point at you also.
Okay, Shadow. It looks like we need to work together.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't really get welcome to 2012. Yeah, that's something that's been on my mind at this point. Just, I remember back in 2012, all this panic about the Rapture happening, and I can't help but wonder, would the Rapture at this point have been preferable? Also, yeah, for some reason, Shadow finds a perfectly working factory-fresh gun jeep in the ruins of fiery civilization. Well. Okay, I guess we're walking then. This is probably how it should have been from the start, just, yeah, can't exactly blame them for removing this in Project 06. It makes no sense for just a car being here. I get it's something to parallel Sonic's cool snowboarding section here for like extreme hellscape, city escape antics, but still have no idea how a factory fresh Volvo got here 200 years into the fiery future. Like I said, nothing in this game makes sense. He just got his Jeep repossessed. It's like, oh yeah, the game just realized, oh shit, he shouldn't have a Jeep here actually. Hold on, let me just remove that. Again, just like in Gmod. The admins just despawned the Jeep. Because they realized that, civilians aren't supposed to have weapons or vehicles. Also, fun little tidbit here. For some reason, Shadow is allowed to go up this loop. And yet Sonic isn't. I guess they just couldn't program the board correctly. This is actually the appropriate bit for the tune, and then it just got deleted. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool set piece, not taking into account the fact that it doesn't make any logical sense, but I'm fine just without it. Anyways, it's time to go through Crisis City again. This is basically just the exact same as Sonic's version of the level, except, I guess there's a few more enemies, I guess. Also, yeah, this house is one of the funniest lines in the entire game. I hope you're ready for it, because I surely am. Boom. Bam. Bump. Yeah, I've just noticed the lights in my 360 controller are starting to blink, and it's starting to worry me, because I know for a fact that I'm just going to end up having to scrounge for new batteries at some point in this stream. And I'm pretty certain I have some batteries lying around here somewhere, just it's gonna be a pain to find some that actually work. Let's get moving! I love it. Like, for some reason, from this game onwards, for some reason they decide for voice direction, they asked Jason to just go absolutely 100% extra for Shadow. Just, for some reason, he just sounds super miffed all the time. And this, in Zero Gravity, in Black Knight. For some reason, from this game onwards, Jason Shadow just sounds constantly just the most angry boy. Also, yeah, for some reason, there's an invisible wall in that section there. I've seen so many people just fall to their death there, including me. Honestly, kind of surprised I got that first time around. The same as a Chevy Tahoe survived 200 years in the future in this Halo team. Hey, that's 500 years in the future the Chevy Tahoe somehow survived. Oh, nice. Projectiles can block homing attacks. Very well designed game, and now we're back here, meaning we get to see Shadow die to the invisible wall again. Here we go. This game is so good. Anyways, I think you have to go more to the right here. I'll take it. Remember people trying to justify the Chevy Tahoe? Yeah, I remember for a little bit, there were just a whole bunch of, like, meme mods for the Master Chief Collection of just adding the Chevy Tahoe into, like, Halo campaigns. Just, like, as a model swap for the Warthog or something. Just, like, go through the final Warthog run in Halo 3, except it's a Chevy Tahoe. Or, I don't know, the final Warthog run in Combat Evolved, I don't know. That's just what comes to mind. But, like, what are these iconic Warthog moments which you can just ruin by replacing it with a Chevy Tahoe? I mean, it would make more sense for a Chevy Tahoe to show up here at the very least, considering it's the apocalypse. You know, it's... I mean, then again, 200 years in the future, these cars are in surprisingly good nick. I would have thought they'd all become just burnt-out husks. Just been made into, like, braziers. But apparently no, the cars are still relatively fresh looking despite it being 200 years in the future. Yeah, I know it was supposed to be insurrectionists, but even then they had like the Spade from like Reach. They could have just had like something which fit the aesthetic. Like, Reach's aesthetic at the very least is supposed to just the Chevy Tahoe. Oh yeah, I think, yeah, they probably would have added the Chevy Tahoe into Reach as well. Just replace the Spade with Chevy Tahoe, with Jorge jumping up, just sort of hanging out the back with his giant chain gun. It's gonna be great. I just held down the A button that entire time. The 500-year-old truck gets shipped out into the planetary version of the Styx. Yeah, because, like, even, like, a far-off colony like Harvest had more futuristic for the time being cars. Like, cars that made sense for the time period, even if they were out of what exactly the most up-to-date models. You know, it's like just sort of a, at most a 50-year difference in terms of the sort of cars they'd have out in the boonies as opposed to a 500-year difference. I mean, I say that mostly from experience. Just one of my keenest memories from... Oh look, it's another factory quality, perfectly preserved Jeep 200 years into apocalypse. Wait. Stop everything. Get the banana. Get the rainbow ring. Perfect. Spaghetti tornado. Chris the banana. I know I'm gonna have to stream Deltarune at some point. It's just a matter of when. It's probably not gonna. Oh, nice. Just you saw that dog, right? It just jumped like 500 feet in the air. Oh look, it's a Chow Garden. Remember the Chow Gardens from The Witcher 2. Remember how they're never gonna show up in a Sonic game ever again, even though it would make them all the money. Also, I'm pretty certain there's no real good way for you to swap rails here, unlike in Shadow and Heroes. You're sort of stuck here, just,
How big is this fire?
Well, I don't exactly have a ruler, Shadow. We're just gonna have to make guesstimates. Potassium. Oh yeah, I'm also pretty certain this is just, Silver's Crisis City we're going through now, as opposed to, Sonic who's being chased all around the city by a giant fiery tornado that's carrying a car. Which, again, isn't a burnt-out husk at all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the end of Silver's Crisis City, so we are just going backwards. So you can just... Yeah, this is the main issue of Shadow's Chaos Snap, aside from the disorientation. The fact that you just stop in midair and lose all momentum and just drop like a stone, which makes it an absolute pain for navigating platforms. Because you think you're gonna make it up to the next homing attack chain, and then you just drop like a stone. Like what's going on here? Like, it works fine for the areas it's intended for, but for actual navigating of levels, it's very hit or miss. I wouldn't be surprised if I just absolutely just clipped through the level using this at some point. As for, oh yeah, they also had unpainted props in the Halo TV show, because for some reason that was just... Man, the Halo TV show, just thinking back on it, just... I'd rather not think back on it, actually. Well, that's Crisis City over, so I think the worst is behind us, but then again, Flame Core is still here.
My precious Chaos Emerald.
Lost my precious loss.
Your mysterious brilliance.
Better or worse? Oh yeah, had to remind me of that, didn't you? Not Shadow hidden a wave dash.
Omega? What's he doing here?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he's in one piece still. Especially considering he could have very easily just had a metal pipe just sticking out of him.
It seems he's in standby mode.
What could have possibly happened to create this future?
I don't know, maybe it has something to do with all the fire.
Yes, this is Rouge.
Oh yeah, apparently they still have satellite communications in this apocalypse.
Found something too. Let's go.
At least I'm assuming it's satellite based.
For him now.
Aww, Shadow actually feels bad about having to leave behind his only friend. Except apparently Sonic Team forgot that Omega and Shadow are actually buddies. Anyways, now it's time for another cutscene we've already seen.
You guys are so slow. Look.
Feels like we're blazing through this at rapid speed, actually. Not friends, by the way. Shadow isn't allowed to have friends.
But I'm a real
Which makes you wonder why he's hanging around with Rouge in the first place. But then again, I suppose if that weren't the case, Rouge would literally serve zero purpose.
Have you guys discovered anything?
Aside from the fact this is the last time Rouge and Knuckles have any chemistry, no.
Indicating there's a Chaos Emerald here, but
You mean we've got to go through there?
If you don't like it, you can stay here.
You've got to be
Obviously
kidding.
very tame compared to the oh! Controller died.
Same to you.
Yep, this is why I hate wireless controllers, because you're just playing, and then all of a sudden, your controller disconnects and you have to scrounge around for batteries. Yeah, this is why I always just prefer wired controllers in all honesty. Yep. Let me just see if I can scrounge around for batteries. Hold up. I think I know where I can find some. Just casually have some in my cabinets, which haven't been opened, but just still in the packaging for years, so they may have lost all their charge and means. Oh, there we go. Tactical reloads. Okay, so they lost a little bit of charge. That's fine. Use your bunny sensors to detect the lithium. Oh yes, needless to say, I have a lot of history of just, a a lot of bad history, needless to say, with wired controllers. You know, mostly just growing up with the Wii and the 360 and just constantly having to scrounge around for double A's in order to fuel my Wiimote or my 360 controller. I'm sort of glad that, I was trying to say I was relieved at the fact that, my PS4 or Switch Pro controllers don't require double A's. Oh, for some reason there's just a thing. Oh, there's actually alternate paths. Wow. Alternate paths in a Sonic game. Who would have thunk it? Though you enemies to lovers. I really like how they're just, seemingly talking to themselves all the time. Part of this is just really why I miss Omochao. Just, I feel just having Omochao there, just as a, little tutorial thing, felt a lot more immersive than the characters constantly, narrating every single one of their actions wherever they go. You could argue it started off in Heroes, and it wasn't really good there either. Only real bits of dialogue I really enjoyed from Heroes was like the character dynamics. The chemistry. That's what we're here for, not constantly being told constantly, oh look at all, there's Eggman's robots, or you gotta press the A button to jump. I gotta stay clear of that whirlpool. Who are you talking to, Sonic? Oh yeah, this could be precarious. Yeah, that seems like an area you could very easily just plummet to your death, just from a mistimed or misaimed Chaos Snap. Needless to say, I don't particularly like this ability. I get it's cool and trying to replicate the intro to Shadow the Hedgehog, where he's teleporting all around, beating those enemies down, but it doesn't work in practice. Also like how Shadow just blends in with the lava pools here. Needless to say, I still prefer the Cauldron, I think. Actually, maybe that's a little bit harsh. I think it's just me being overly negative about this game because I generally tend to associate negative emotions with it. Hope you understand. Watch out, Sonic, that looks like a home. Yep. Yep. It's like the one thing they could have gone back and fixed in Generations with the dialogue. Constantly spamming out, that looks like a homing shot, and yet they didn't. For some reason, homing shot, according to Sonic Team and Ian Flynn, was absolutely perfectly fine. And for that, their sins cannot be forgiven. Alright, oh, there's you over here. Weird-looking grabby worm thing. I will admit, it's definitely satisfying to knock out several enemies in a row using this, but it's usually not worth it. Oh boy. This is certainly going to be fun. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Somehow, it's easier navigating this than it was with Silver. Cool, it's raining fire. For some reason, they decided to make me sound psychopathic in this game, Shadow. Did you just miss the spring there? It wasn't my fault. Sure it wasn't, Shadow. Sure it wasn't. I'm being serious here. The scripting in this game doesn't work half the time. Okay, Shadow, whatever you say. I don't know, I never had a problem with this. Of course you didn't, Sonic. You're the main character. You have bot armor. Alright, anyways, time to just dive into an active volcano. This could only go so well. Still have no idea how those boost ramps are operational in the future. That would actually be a neat little detail, thinking about it. With this nightmarish, hellscapey, fiery future, if we found just a whole bunch of boost pads lying around which didn't work. Like, had been actually, like, damaged. Also, there's no reason for you to actually go around this whole circuit thing. You just go up here. I need to stop saying actually all the time. Actually. Ah, neat. Yeah, that's like a little bit of a shortcut. Damn it, I thought that was closer. Alright, let me just go up here for my invincibility, which has absolutely no effect to it whatsoever, so you can't even tell outside of music whether you actually are invincible at the moment. I'm just gonna jump. Falling is quicker. Okay, you can definitely tell this is a very well-designed ability, with how I'm just dropping to the floor constantly. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I saw that coming from a mile away. It's like, oh yeah, I have Chaos Snap Up. I'm just gonna fall in the lava and lose all my rings. How could I have possibly foreseen that? It must be... I must be more psychic than Sliver at this point. Are there any ring... Okay, there's rings here. Okay. Oh yeah, these things also shoot out some huge shadowy projectiles. I guess that just makes them more difficult, I suppose, just having larger projectiles to avoid. Watch out for those fiery. You're telling me, Shadow. Alright. Not sure how you're supposed to get up to that grind rail up there, now that I'm thinking about it. With the wall jumping section. It probably doesn't matter. Let's just go up here. Amazing. Amazing. And now I guess I'll just die. Oh. Well, that's nice. Just taking advantage of this game's lack of physics. Anyways.
Just leave everything to me.
Oh, that's nice. Just constantly having them spazzing out lasers. So, considering I beat this level before with Knuckles, you know what we have to do now. I don't care if I get an E rank for doing this, I'm finishing this level as Rouge. You pretty much do this the exact same way as well. Just, gotta find the right spot to just jump out of the map. Because this game is very well designed. Just gotta, Yep. Okay, it's right around here. Oh, nice. She T-poses as she falls to her death. Wonderful. Yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter whether or not I get an E rank for this. I am finishing this level as Rouge. Because I can. I'm going to get this, even if it takes me all stream to do it.
Just leave everything to me.
One thing I can't help but notice about, the character models in these games is just the little gleam they have in their eyes. Obviously, it's to make them seem a lot more alive behind the eyes compared to everything else in this game. It just... For some reason, I just can't unsee it. Also, apparently, hanging onto this, superheated rock here doesn't do any damage to Rouge. Figure that one out. Camera, work with me here. Why is the camera being so uncooperative today? There we go. There we go. Now we just got to go over here. And see you later, Shadow. I don't even have to beat all the enemies, so I can just climb up. Okay, that's not climbable. That's not climbable. Oh, that's real nice. Just... Wow. This is why Rouge is so much better in this game than Knuckles. She can just absolutely just deal out so much damage compared to him. Also, you can't climb up any of the walls here. It's not intended for Rouge to do so. So I guess we'll just dive down here, I guess. Guess we'll dive. Fall damage doesn't exist in this game. Did you know that? Alright, now for a question from last stream. What happens when you die in the middle of the results screen? Okay, so I don't have to restart over. Rouge is just sort of stuck here.
How can I call myself a traitor?
Just sort of, recreating the end of Revenge of the Sith. You're my sister, Rouge! I loved you! It looks so dumb. Oh yeah. Once again.
I found a chaos emerald.
Don't touch it!
I don't get why Shadow sounds so angry in this game. It's just so hilarious. Anyways, time to fight Iblisian form Steelix again. It's time for everybody's favorite boss fight in this game. Just waiting around constantly for stuff to happen. I could probably just start shiny hunting again in the middle of this. Still no close to a shiny Raikou or anything, but you never know, it might actually happen on stream once, and that would make my day. I decided to go for Raikou because for some reason I decided to pick out Flareon for my team, even though it's objectively worse than Entei in Crystal. Then again, there's no reason to actually pick up many fire types outside of like Charmander, Charizard, and Typhlosion in this game, or Houndoom, because unlike in regular Crystal, Houndour is actually available in Crystal Clear depending on where you start. Alright, yup, just waiting on you, big fella. Oh yeah, that's right, you jump out at me, don't you? Alright. Oh no. I could hardly follow that attack, it was almost instantaneous. Oh yeah. For some reason the effect for charging up the Chaos Spear just sort of disappears when it's fully charged, so it just looks like Shadow's just hanging in the air. For whatever reason. No idea why he's up there, he just sort of likes hanging up there, I guess. Oh yeah, you can also use these lanterns as cover. Alright, in your own time. Now I just gotta do that like 4 more times. Isn't this so exciting, ladies and gentlemen? This is like the best boss fight there's ever been. It's so entertaining that the entire chat is just completely silent in flabbergastment at how they're all completely awestruck about how incredible this boss fight is. So exciting. On the edge of my seat, this is so... Yeah, exactly. Oh, I am literally on the edge of my seat. This... Fighting Adam Smasher has nothing on this. Remember that one fight where it was super tense with him throwing missiles at me? Oh. Real nice game, just spawning stuff all the way over here for me. Real nice. Meaning I actually have to take a hit in order to get over here. Just very good design. So bad I'd play again. Hey. I already fought this boss once. I have to fight it again. Thankfully I only have to fight it this time and then I could just be done with it forever. Or at least until the next time I have to play for this during 06 Recompile, because obviously that's still in the works. Haven't heard anything about it aside from the fact that it's apparently in the works, so assuming that it's going to be released next year to coincide with 06's 20th anniversary. Yeah, this game is still 20 years old and people still can't let it go. Because apparently games journalists have nothing else to talk about when it comes to the Sonic series. I mean, I can't exactly blame them given the fandom, but still. Alright. Wait, where you dropping them? Where you dropping them, big fella? Atom Smasher. Wish he was as tedious and forgetful.
You think you're special because you're scrappy. Don't make me laugh.
Also, yeah, the lava texture here also looks rather bad. This looks like meat or jam or something. Well, there goes all my rings again. Hope you're happy with yourself, discount wormy jam monster. Just gotta hope I don't accidentally die and have to do this all over again. Please tell me there's some rings I can at least collect for my troubles. Okay, there's some over there. You'd think he'd change up his attack patterns at some point, but no, he's just doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. I mean, I guess this is a little bit different as to what sort of platforms he brings down. Just, oh hey, it's an entire row of them this time, as opposed to them just being... Oh, what's he doing? Oh. Rouge, you probably shouldn't say that ever again. Oh! Real nice game, real nice. Okay, it's over. You actually had me kind of concerned there for a second. That's the best compliment I can give you. Anyways, thankfully that's over. And we don't have to fight any more Iblis monsters slash boss fights ever again. It's over.
Need to stay focused.
Yep. C rank. At this point, I'm as checked out as Shadow at this point. Just, I am ready to be done with that. Anyways, we got the Chaos Emeralds, now we can go home to do more stuff like rescue princesses or something. Can we get an encore? No! Please, no! No encores, please. That was the encore. That's what we're going with. See, without the glint behind the eyes, we just look dead. I think you saw for a moment there with Shadow. Oh, what's that behind you? Come join me by the campfire, Shadow, and we'll sing our campfire songs. CAMPFIRECONG songs. Can hardly resist that now, can I? Well, time for me to, time for Sega to completely forget about me now, considering that Knuckles and Shadow aren't here.
Shadow? And he doesn't have a Chaos Emerald.
Oh no, what can we possibly do?
Rouge, report your status immediately. Have you retrieved the Book of Darkness?
Note that he called it a Book of Darkness as opposed to a Scepter.
Well, I'll provide a full
No
report
idea what that's all about.
Right now, I have a priority situation to deal with. I need to contact E123 Omega immediately.
What do you... No idea why she's looking so devious there. Anyways, it's time for another level featuring Rouge. Could have sworn that this took place, could have sworn that, a particular boss fight happened before this, but it's fine. Now it's time to... Oh yeah, this is probably one of my favorite levels, actually. Just, it's so funny. Just gotta get the maximum height over here, and then just, literally fly over everything. yeah, you do have to note that being able to glide and climb up walls naturally means you're going to be able to circumvent a lot of level design. You can probably see where I'm going with this here. Just, it's not even been a minute and we're already at the end of the level. There it is. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to stop here in order to defeat all the enemies, just like this is Final Fight or something. Still have no idea why they thought it was a good idea to incorporate Streets of Rage elements into Sonic. It never really fit, in my opinion. Okay, now that that's done, you just fly over here. And a little bit slow on my account, but yeah, you could just do that in like a minute. Hey, Denoise, we're just beating the best level in the game.
What did you think of my
Literally over in a minute, and I got an S rank. That was the most intense level I've ever been through, guys. My gaming skills have been pushed to their utmost limit. Oh, and for some reason Omega's just hanging out here in the middle of a jungly. Don't ask me why. I guess we just need a reason for this level to show up in Shadow Story. Because it feels as though in every other story, this level is the epitome of filler.
time no see?
Rouge the Bat.
Oh yeah, Omega's voiced by Meow from Pokemon in this game. And it's arguably the worst voice for Omega I've ever heard. I'm pretty sure even I could do a better voice for Omega. But doing my magnetism voice. I bet you weren't expecting me to bring this back again. I'm not gonna do any more of that, but you get my point. It just doesn't exude any of Omega's just sort of rage-filled and just sort of murder robots characteristics. So yeah, that is Maddie Blaustein. That is the former voice actor for, or voice actress rather, for Meowth.
New mission, shadow support, external access.
Don't ask me why they thought this was a good idea. And then later on he got voiced by Vic Mignon, and we all know how that turned out. Yeah, Omega's just had just like the wildest lineup of voice actors for him, hasn't he? It's kind of wild now. Oh yeah, here's Shadow, just still stuck in the future. Could have sworn you were just on my eye level for a second there. No idea what you're doing up there looking all sinister like. Do you just do this with everyone you meet? Just find someplace high up like a crow, just perch down and say cryptic stuff?
No. Perhaps it's better to show you.
Behold. Apparently that's you in there, even though it's extremely hard to tell.
Yes, that's you.
Yes, for some reason they decided to put you in a pink crucifix cage. Don't ask me why, I guess they just figured you can't be killed, because immortal or whatnot. Apparently nobody just had a sword on hand. So let me get this straight. They locked up Shadow because of his powers, and yet Blaze, the character who has fire powers in this fiery apocalypse, gets to roam free. Make it make sense, game. Make it make sense. If Shadow's locked up here, then surely so should Blaze.
Let us punish this foolish world of humanity.
The more I think about it, the more confusing this gets.
You have every right to want justice.
Become my friend, Shadow. Become my apprentice. I get that's what we're going for here, but it doesn't make sense in the context of the rest of the game.
You forgive humanity this folly, then?
It's like they're trying to tell a decent story here, but it's still cluttered up by all this other stuff that makes no sense in the other stories. It's like, this is supposedly like the best story in the entire game. Honestly, he could just do this entire time. He could become crystals. Behold my Steven Universe cosplay, Shadow.
Such foolishness. Very well.
Yeah, it's like, the people who worked on each of the stories had to go off like Chinese whispers, or they were just locked in completely separate rooms with no communication with one another. Aside from the fact that, oh, they all have to, I will admit this is a pretty cool effect. It's like, oh, Mephiles is shadow, so now he's literally in his shadow. That is definitely a cool effect, and definitely something that I'll probably end up, definitely imagery that I'll end up using elsewhere if I end up, if that ever amounts to anything. It's just a matter of piecing together ideas and figuring out what I want to do with them. This is the main thing. Not sure how much I want to get into it here. Also, yeah, this is just the main. This is just the whole mechanic. You just got to build up your entire chaos gauge. It is a kind of cool concept, but at the same time, you're just mashing A button for the most part, as these guys just sort of glomp you for the entire fight. Yeah, they're just glomping me. They're just sort of stuck there, clipping through me as I go through all my regular animations, not hampering my mood in any way. Just sort of sitting there looking freaky. I mean, you say that. Oh yeah, they explode after a while, I forget. No idea how you're supposed to get them off you. I guess you're just sort of supposed to grin and bear it and think of England. And then you just do this, and then Mephiles pops out of the shadows, and then you just whoop him in 15 seconds flat if I can find him. There he is. I can teleport. I can teleport, Memphis. There is no escape. So that's phase 1. Not all that impressive now that I think about it. Oh, how could I possibly have seen that coming? It's like I'm completely helpless now. Stock machine gun sound effect from Halo 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the Warthog chain gun sound effect from Halo 2. Could be wrong. Oh, so yeah, now we get to play as Omega. This is like the one time in the story where all the characters actually contribute to the story, because the writing here is actually semi-decent. Also, yeah, now you just have to shoot Memphis in the face. Instead of mashing A, now you mash the X button. In order for him to just do this, use the secondary fire from the AR-2 rifle from Half-Life to just, completely blow up all the enemies around Memphis. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way for you to, get rid of all the enemies glomping onto Omega here. You're just sort of stuck until the boss fight ends. Right now. Yep. Oh no, no, I'm all sad because I got blown up by Valve assets. Speed! Yeah, that victory animation is just adorable. And I think it's the only time in the game outside of the bonus levels which you actually see it. Yeah, that is just adorable, isn't it? Just pretty windmill spin. Oh yeah, that was definitely the most hard-earned gold medal I've ever gotten in this game so far. Whoa. Oh no, I'm getting beat up constantly, yet I'm just gonna sit here and laugh at you evilly like a JRPG boss. Also, yeah, I can just make portals. Figure that one out.
Mephiles!
Well, I guess that just solves the whole time travel issue, even though that's the whole... It's like, oh yeah, I need to send a Chaos Emerald forward in time, so Shadow has one in the future, and it doesn't affect the plot in any singular way possible. Also, yeah, that Chaos Emerald is now just 200 years older. Mephiles is... Yeah, I remember people saying, oh, Mephiles is such a good villain, he's like the best Sonic villain, and now he spent most of the game just getting kicked around by Shadow and Omega. That is an interesting question, though. Who is the more mid-villain? Mephiles or Infinite? It's like the ultimate question. Who is the worst villain, Mephiles or Infinite? Because it's like, both super cool and seem super threatening, and yet almost instantly get bodied by the main character constantly. And then just die at the end of their game and never come back. Once again, 60 miles an hour on a public street. Seriously, this place must have more motoring accidents than Night City. No idea how you're supposed to get that. Hold up, let me see if I can actually get that moon medal. What I call it a moon medal, it's a silver medal. Moon medals are unleashed. Anyway, so you just go up here, and then... There you go. I'm not doing your math quizzes. It's whatever villain was in that open world game that released recently. You mean the end from hit game Metal Gear Solid 3? It would be hilarious, though, now that I think about it. You just, it's like, as soon as you get to, like, the final boss of Frontiers, you just turn the game off for a week and the end just dies of old age. That would be amazing.
Hi.
Well, a couple of cute guys like you hanging out in a junk cloud like this.
Man's machines are looking for you. What did you do this time?
Pow! Look at my invisible gun.
Their target is probably Mephiles.
What is Eggman up to? Who is Mephiles?
You mean the guy that we just beat up, Omega?
Hey, wait a sec.
One.
I can handle this alone. You keep track of Mephiles.
I'm gonna go reenact the Dark Knight interrogation scene for a second,
And
because...
then he leaves before even saying hello.
What, you reckon it works?
It seems his little
I
trick
personally would
changed.
disagree. It's nowhere near angry enough for Omega.
This is Rouge, GUNHQ.
Oh yeah, this is the part in the series where they couldn't call it gun anymore. Instead, they ended up calling it GUN. Even though most normal people would just call it gun. I never got that. Why did they feel the need to call it GUN as opposed to just gun? I mean, I get it doesn't make much sense to call the United Nations UN, but come on, it's most normal people are just gonna call it gun. Just like what I said in the Cyberpunk stream about Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. Most people just call it a Frankenstein. Just accept that. Yes, just un. Normal people. Yeah, normal people just call it gun. Alright, what are you doing here? Oh no, the Professor Scar's been attacked by monsters. It's stopped before and it's solely on a culture. Please stop the Professor. I got places to be. I gotta go and stop Memphis. Oh yeah, unlike Silver, I can just go into the train station. Yeah, I don't have to worry about any bounce bracelet antics or botched stealth sections. I can just walk in. I can just bolt into the train station because I have the power of the US military behind me, I guess. Mistake gun for the characters. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people didn't really mistake it in Shadow the Hedgehog or Shadgen.
I've got to stop
I mean, most normal people would just call it gun anyways. Oh yeah, instead of having to stop the train, instead of having to save the train, now you have to destroy it. Yes, Shadow is so metal, he's going to destroy a train with his bare hands. Even though his hands aren't bear-shaped, or those belonging to a bear, because he is a hedgehog. In your own time, Robotnik. Yeah, I feel I really need to work on my Shadow the Hedgehog voice. It's more sort of down here. Because with a voice this low, it's a sort of relaxing, commanding voice which you'd trust when it comes to blowing up Socket Tower. The hell kind of a name is Seamurai anyway, that's kind of cringe. Oh boy, it's the same conveyor belts thing from the other... Yeah, I feel this is another problem with this game compared to people sharing the same levels in Adventure. In Adventure, at the very least, the levels, or at least level segments, are more sort of catered to the character's skill sets, whereas here it just feels like I'm going for the same levels again, except things are slightly different. It's only very slightly remixed as opposed to an Adventure, where you feel that it's more sort of wholesale designed around each of the characters, like Tails having dash rings to abuse his flight powers, even though most of the time he doesn't actually need them in order to outrun Sonic because his flight is absolutely busted. Or Knuckles having more exploration-based segments to make up, which he can just roam around in order to get more emeralds. Or Amy having a bunch of platforming sections in which you can easily evade Salvobots. Or, you know, a whole bunch of water segments and stuff like Hot Shelter and Ice Cap for Big to do is fishing. I don't know. What I'm trying to get is that the levels in Adventure felt a lot more catered to the characters you were playing as opposed to this game, where it's just like, your characters just dumped in these pre-made level sections, have fun, I guess. Oh yeah, now we have to do the Mark Speed section again, except I get a bike, which I can actually control. Also, yeah, these boost ramps are probably going to be the death of me, because you can't steer at all. Also, yeah, that happens. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait for the train to go by. I can still make it! Okay, it's a little bit ahead of me, but all I really have to worry about is just catching up. Oh hey, it's the same Warthog sound effect again. I know that the Halo games used a lot of stock sound effects, but this really is just the Warthog chain gun sound. I can't unhear it. All that's missing is Chips DeBow just swearing in a thick Australian accent. Let's motivate! That one was more kill! Wait, is he actually gonna get away? Great. Game. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to go for that again. Oh yeah, the bike still runs. You're worried about the bike still running and not the post-apocalyptic jeeps. Really got your priorities in order, Shadow. Anyways, let's go for that again. Use the boost to get through! At least with the bike, I don't have to worry about tripping over a pebble and dying instantly. Yep, and now we're just... This is really giving me flashbacks to destroying that alien tank in Lethal Highway. Except there, it didn't take that long to destroy it all, actually, just depending on what weapons you were using. There we go. For some reason that felt... Shadow, you're facing the wrong way! This game! It's gonna be the end of me.
Guess that was all right.
Yeah, it would be a lot more alright if you were facing the camera, Shadow. Alright, let's move on. I will admit, though, this is a kind of a cool scene.
Wouldn't the door have been
Yeah, for some reason they just decided to make Robotnik a Bond villain in this.
So, what do you
It's definitely not fitting for Robotnik, but I do appreciate it on the on the principle that I am British, so any Bond references would be appreciated in my book. You can probably tell because of how excited I was in the early parts of Phantom Liberty.
Indeed.
He's even there just twirling his mustache. All he needs is the white cat and then it'd just be perfect. All he needs is just... Heck, where's Cluck? Where's Cluck from SEGA? He'd be perfect for Blofeld White Cat. No, Mr. Hedgehog, I expect you to die. I really need to work on my SATIAM Robotnik voice. For no particular reason. Oh hey, it's this scene for the third time in a row.
You again. This time there will be no more interruptions.
What if I just interrupt you right now, Silver? What about that, huh? I'm interrupting you. I mean... Whoa, Star Trek dive! That really just looked like a slow-mo Star Trek roll, though, didn't it? Yeah, Radical Train just really felt like it was pointless for Sonic. At least with Silver and Shadow, it felt like it served a purpose. What was Silver planning on doing there to Sonic, actually?
Mephiles, why are you getting in my way?
I'd really prefer if you didn't.
I'm Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay. I was about to say, what exactly was Silver planning on doing to Sonic there? Just sort of crumpling up like a little ball of tissue paper? Like a ball of tinfoil? Anyways, now it's time to fight Silver again. With his usual tricks. Just gotta wait for him to start throwing stuff, which means I'm gonna have to turn up the volume so I can actually hear it. Hey Shadow! I'm gonna prove to you just how cool I am, just watch! Look at my psychic... Oh! Why'd you trip me at the knee, Shadow? That... Silver, what are you... Oh. That's right, he has his teleport. So we can actually close the gap a little easier. Ow, Shadow, stop it! I need to do my cool bits and show the audience how cool I am. Come on, Shadow, just work with me here. Ow, Shadow, stop it! You're being so mean. What is going on with the shadows on that train? I know, for some reason I always default to that. Oh, Shadow! I'm trying to look super cool here and you're ruining it for me. Get over it already. See, just... Ow! Come on, I just want to hit you once. Just work with me here, Shadow. This is supposed to be my super cool... Ow! You need to be stopped, Silver. That's my line! And the cutscene where Shadow is making Silver playing as a treat. I suppose we can do it as a treat. Poor boy. Yep. Remember, this is where he peaked as a character. After this, he was just assigned to the comics. He's pretty much just as canonical at this point as, like, Whisper or Tangle. Maybe it should stay that way. I'm gonna show you how super cool I am, alright? Come here, you. I'm gonna punch you. Uno Reverso. Oh, I can watch that all day.
You!
And just like that, Silver's character would it's just like at the end of CD, where Metal Sonic was built up to this super cool character, and as soon as you beat him, he's just reduced to, like, Robotnik's greatest jobber. It's the same story with Silver here. He's supposed to be built up as a super cool guy, and
Not when I'm so close.
then he gets booted in the back of the head by Shadow, and then he's just the laughingstock, just the face of this miserable game.
Chaos control!
Oh yeah, and the writers just hand him all these powers which he doesn't need.
I won't let anyone get in my way. I'll change the past.
I've spin kicked
Save the
Silver
world.
3 times now, and it gets better every time.
Mephiles isn't trying.
It's just like Beetlejuice watching The Exorcist.
He's trying to eliminate the past.
What? What are you talking about?
Really, Silver? You really trusted a guy that looked that shady? You really trusted old Snake Eyes there? They were right in saying you were naive. You're more than that. Oh yeah, I have to do the bit now, don't I? Oh wait, I already did it last time, so I don't think I necessarily have to, so... Nah, I'm not gonna do the bit again. We already did it at the start of the last part. So we'll just watch it normally this time. Hooray!
Injecting a decompression agent. No, the level's not dropping. A spatial meltdown is inevitable.
They're all melting together!
We've got to take shelter. Why so loud? Why do you refuse to listen to my voice?
Oh. Oh, there we go. Yep, Elgato acting up again just for a second there. I suppose it was worth not setting up the bit. Yep, getting a real bad feeling about this going down this rabbit hole into the heart of darkness. Hopefully we don't get jumped by any robot mechanical spiders. I specify that for no particular reason whatsoever. Don't question it. Gee, Shadow, it sounds like that you have a lot of trauma behind your back. More than you know, Silver.
It's Iblis.
And the Black Shadow is the original Mephiles.
That's Mephiles? They're escaping.
Silver, don't...
Split up.
I mean, yeah, he grew up in the apocalypse. He probably doesn't know anything.
Me.
Seal it with this.
Hurry!
Ah, boy. I feel as though at the very least here with Shadow Story they at least tried to make the time travel thing work, but in all honesty I kind of wish they never bring time travel back as a plot point ever again, because as has been pointed out many times, when it comes to time travel you really have to know what you're doing in terms of writing it. Like there's a whole bunch of rules that you have to set up and then stick to, otherwise it all just falls apart when the reader thinks about it. Also, I have no idea what actually causes all these Iblis monsters to show up. I guess it's just the influence of it. Yeah, it's not really made clear. It's just they're just here because we need enemies for you to fight. Because this game is about fighting enemies and not clearing the level with pinball physics. Oh yeah, I also got level 2 for Shadow's Chaos abilities, which means he can use Chaos Lance. What does Chaos Lance do? It means your Chaos Spears actually do damage, as well as stunning. This is actually a pretty good upgrade to Shadow, actually. As the Chaos Spears do, they paralyze, they do good damage. Only thing is you have to charge them first. And then you have to ensure the enemy stays still whilst you're charging. Just like you're charging up an attack in Dragon Ball. Honestly, it does feel like just mashing A at them is a bit more effective, though, which is kind of a shame. It's like, you got all these cool chaos powers, and yet aside from, like, the one you need to beat up Memphis, all of them just kind of seem superfluous. Which is kind of hilarious, considering how good some of Silver's upgrades are, and how game-breaking some of Sonic's are. Like, oh yes, just have a button where you hold down the R button, and then you just break the game with infinite jumps. Or go to space. Well, you know, just have a really useful ground pound, which means you can more effectively use enemies as ammo. And improve your combat options. Nope, the Shadow is just, well, great. I really don't like these worm things, if you probably couldn't tell. I know it's, sort of like the worms from 06 as well. Oh, sorry, Shadow the Hedgehog, the Black Arms worms. I didn't like those either. Oh yeah, I also have all of Silver's upgrades, meaning I can just ground pound. And crumple everybody up into little paper balls. You know, assuming I can actually grab them first. Just gonna flap over here for a bit. Ah yes, highly explosive, flammable containers just in the middle of this laboratory with highly sensitive equipment. I know I shouldn't probably be pointing out all this logical stuff when it comes to Sonic, a series which literally has loop-de-loops in the middle of highways, but I can't help but not, especially considering this game is trying to go for a more realistic aesthetic. Wait. What happened to the level? What happened to the laser gates? It's like the game forgot. Yeah, there's supposed to be laser gates here. There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Oh, there they are. It's like they finally remember, oh yeah, there's supposed to be laser gates here. It's funny because even when Endwalker stuck its time travel rules loosed. I mean, you say that, but then again, the time travel rules don't really match up with those in Shadowbringers, as far as I'm aware. Or in Heaven's Ward, for that matter, with Alexander. Oh yeah, there's time travel shenanigans in the Alexander raids. Shocking, I know. I think we're just playing as Shadow for the rest of this, if I remember correctly. Just sitting here, just mashing the A button. I don't even remember if Chaos Snap allows you to do more damage with your homing attacks. That's just how little I remember of this. In your own... Oh, there was... Oh yeah, just spawning 2 more heads out of the ground like you're some sort of fire hydra or something. Or fire hydrant. Oh yeah, fighting these enemies sure is fun, just waiting for them to crop out of the ground and jump scare me. Glad that's over and done with. Oh, how could I have possibly known that switch was there? Yeah, I think we just go down here now. Ah yes. Just putting a hint ball here, just so you actually know this is where you're supposed to be going. With Henslow, they do more or less with more fixed outcome stuff. But again, Shadowbringers doesn't. With the whole changing history to prevent the ephemeral calamity thing. Oh yes, it's time for the next Mission Impossible. They replaced Tom Cruise with Keanu Reeves. It's super cool, honest. Oh yeah, we're just going through Sonic's Aquatic Base again now. This really is just going through Sonic's Aquatic Base again, except the enemies are slightly different. Oh, and there's a bike. Of course there's a bike. It probably would have made fighting the fireworms easier, but somehow I doubt it. Oh, these monsters are so horrifying. They can literally just be killed with conventional weaponry. how horrifying these enemies might be. Especially... What is more terrifying, though? These fire monsters which can be killed with bullets, or the slowdown? Alright, this way, I think. Alright, I think we're coming up to the end now. Just whoop! Oh, that's real nice. Okay, I think you do more damage under Chaos Boost. I'm gonna make that assumption. Feels like it. I do quite like that line from Shadow. There's no strength in numbers. He just sounds so angry. Shadow, this is like the first instance of Shadow just becoming an angry boy. Who still probably does the super wholesome Keanu Reeves tee-hee-hee laugh, now that I think about it. Okay, that was pretty satisfying. I can't unhear Shadow doing that now, just the tee-hee laugh. Okay, that's the end, that's the end. Shadowbringers is... Yeah, Shadowbringers is sort of the outlier. S-rank, baby! That still took 7 minutes, but I did it. Ah. Okay, I think we're coming out to a point where I think I can finish off the night. Then probably next stream is just going to be an extra long one. But now we get this whole thing where Shadow closes the loop. Like, how did Mephiles know Shadow's face and name?
What? Stop.
He puts him in the scepter. Also, how does Shadow know how to do this? It's like, the king guy just told him, seal him with this flash drive, and it's just like, okay, how? Okay, I'll just make it up as I go along. Seems to work out most of the time. Yep, yep.
Certain you will die.
Die. Or else you will die. Somehow the scepter doesn't break again, and watch the Chaos Emerald, watch the Chaos Emerald. In it goes. Yeah, that thing looks incredibly fragile now that I'm thinking about it. And somehow didn't break clanging into the metal floor. Figure that one out. Now it's time for the better version of this cutscene.
Did you do it? Yes. And you?
Yes. The flames are properly sealed. It's done.
Yeah, just give it about 15 minutes until she wakes up, then the world will be doomed anyway. For some reason, Iblis gets him sealed when she cries, which kind of seems like kind of a stupid thing to keep Iblis behind, just the tears of a little girl, considering they're prone to crying, especially since their parents die. I mean, I cried when my parents died. At least I think I did. I don't actually remember them. Do I even have parents?
Yes.
I mean,
know what becomes of it in the future.
My parents are an old man and an alien. It's probably best you don't know, Silver. Alright, I guess I'll take your word on it. That's actually kind of wild now I think about it. The only canonical parents in the Sonic series are Gerald, Black Doom, and Vanilla. It's like there's no Bernadette, there's no Alina. There's no, Tails' parents. Yeah, he just jumps in the portal while still having the Chaos Emerald this time around, as opposed to leaving it with Elise and completely screwing up the timeline. No idea why they decided to do it like this. Like, they could have just cut Faded to Black with Silver looking at Elise. Just add a little bit more intrigue there, and it's just like, who cares?
Omega is still in
Rouge, why are you
pursuit of
waving? He's only like
Mephiles.
5 feet away.
So, where's the kid? What did you find 10 years ago?
I mean,
I need you to access GUI.
What, did Rouge see all that stuff with Shadow kicking Silver in the back of the head? Do you think she recorded it?
Sure.
Do you think she put it on, like, Soliana's funniest home videos?
I found the means to seal
Silver almost doing a time paradox. Whoopsie! What is up with that walk? Just like, Shadow, wait for me as I reach out to you whilst walking at the exact same speed. Anyways, here we are back in Soliana Castletown. I think there's a couple of things that we still have left to do before we close off for the night.
Agent Rouge, respond. The location of the Scepter of Darkness is unknown, but there is an archaeologist who's researching it. If you find the archaeologist, you might get more information.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to... Oh, never mind. I guess we're just getting dragged into a town mission. I was gonna say, I want to check out the vendor first, but nope. Nope. You will listen to the archaeologist and you will like it. Oh, that definitely takes the wind out of my sails, because I was gonna say, oh, that's good. I was gonna ask if whether you'd be alright carrying a whip, but now that just took the wind out of my sails, just the quality of that model. This was in the top. They thought this looked good back in 2006. Oh boy, now we have to fight more of these worm guys. What joy, what jubilee, today's the day. I consider doing it. Oh yeah, you can just see the portal to Wave Ocean in the background there. Yeah, just gotta very slowly deal with all these enemies. Also, I would have thought this would cause a little bit of a national emergency here. The fact that there's just all these fire monsters running around town. Oh, that's it. I thought there'd be a little bit more to that. What is that noise? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, Adriana. Nice to meet you. When a black flame lights the candle of darkness and the priest prays the rent of the dark sea will be no more, and so shall emerge the power! Priest prayers, black flame. I mean, black flame? Can't you generate light? I mean, if you count me shooting lasers from my hands, I guess.
Perfect.
Yeah, yes, rank. And look at all this Munty I now have. 18,000 rings. Convinces Oleana has as much combined brain power as Knuckles is hitting his head. Yeah. I mean, considering how often they impede Sonic and Silver's progress to rescue their ruler, I'm gonna assume so. Anyways, I'm gonna go and pick up the last of Shadow's upgrades. We probably won't get to see it until next part, but well, Rouge is dead. Anyways, Shadow's last upgrade here. Memory Shot Red and Memory Shot Black at 10,000 rings, which gives you Chaos Blast. This is surely gonna be awesome. Especially with how it is in Project 06, where you just completely nuke all the enemies around you. And the most satisfying thing you can do in that game. Anyways, let's go and find the fountain where we can find the Black Flame with the slowdown. This game is very well optimized, don't you? Oh, hello. This game is very well optimized, don't you know? Also, what is that? What is that combination of, like, shirts with undershirt with blue? What is that? Why are you wearing that? What is your major malfunction? I mean, that looks normal. Anyways. Ooh, there's another medal over there, which I'm probably not going to be able to get. Unless Nah. Anyways. Yep. Oh look, there's some these are supposedly candle holders, supposedly. You shoot them, and then a purple flame crops up. The fountain of the... Ah, yes, this is where we're supposed to be looking. You light all the lanterns, and the Scepter of Darkness just magically appears.
Now I can
Pay attention to this voice line.
Agent Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Mephiles. Head to the Wave Ocean, head to Wave Ocean immediately. Agent Shadow, E123 Omega has engaged Mephiles. Head to Wave Ocean immediately.
Yep. They left a blueprint. As many people have probably already pointed out, I have no idea how that managed to get past quality assurance, but then again, part of me highly doubts this game ever had quality assurance. But anyway, I think this is going to be a good place for me to wrap things up. We only have like 2 levels left with Shadow's campaign, and then we can move on to the last story with an super special extended edition Sonic 06 stream, where I consider finally doing it. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time when we tackle the Wave Ocean. I do find it kind of weird that there's just a spring here and not, you know, another Lightspeed Dash trail like you had to do with Sonic, but anyways. Yeah, that's gonna be all for me. Just gonna remember to manually save, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.